All right, we're going to leave it at that because I want to thank Eric Mays for holding on. Are you there, Councilman? Eric Mays of Flint.
Yeah, I'm here.
How you want to Eric, let me just lay this out. Okay, there's so much shit going on up there. It's like, it's just our northern neighbor. You guys are on the north side of town here. I mean, basically, what you're trying to do is now going across the world. People are paying attention to what Eric Mays is trying to do up there. The latest one is sex capades, harassment. There was a secret settlement, a quiet one. The public didn't get to see it. $175,000 to a former cop who alleged that one of her supervisors, Tyrone Booth, was sticking his crotch in her face, sending her blowjob texts, etcetera, etcetera. And now you're saying there's more to it? That the Chief Terrence Green somehow involved in all of this?
Well, I wouldn't vote for the proposed settlement. We hear certain things in closed session. When there's lawsuits, I don't really discuss some of the closed session communications, but the public complaint alleged that Tyrone Booth, one of the Golden Boys, had been texting asking for oral sex, and the deputy chief had been involved in it. And then I had former police officers and chiefs and people in the community tell me that that same white female had been living with the chief of police, who is now the chief. And, she departed from the department. And me and two other council people wouldn't vote on that agreed settlement. I believe had it went to trial, other folks' names and the bigger scandal might have come out. I believe they believed that. And so there was other pieces to the lawsuit. I called the chief up to try to get some information, and he went ziggity boom. And that's a mistake, because now he's helped call attention to it. I want folks to know it wasn't just the underlings. My position and my information say that some of these relationships would have went as high as the chief and maybe others. And I don't know the character of the female officer. I do know what's being said about the chief and others, and I believe it. And I think it's a mess throughout the department. I don't know if folks have been disciplined, but we can't afford this administration and lawsuits in the police department, the fire department. I mean, this administration is just a little outrageous for me.
Dude, I mean, cover-ups on two children dying in a house, right? You getting hauled out in handcuffs because, you're going to stick up for what you believe in during council. You got the settlement. We can say his name. It's public record. Tyrone Booth. He's a spokesman for the department. He's making, Flint's broke as a joke. He's making over $100,000 to be the spokesman and never give a word about anything. And I did some looking around and some calling around. I don't know if this guy is the security for Mayor Sheldon Neely, but he's always, he looks like the body man to me. Follows him on the campaign stump, right? Like he's security. Is this a good old boy shit you got going on up there? Is this a good old boy thing going on? Is that department infected with incompetence and good old boyism?
Yeah, in my opinion, it is. One of the deputy chief of staff back, if you look at the history, assaulted and jumped on me. And that good old boy network wouldn't prosecute, didn't do anything. I'm a sitting council person. The same folks, Neely, the mayor, Booth, Chief Green. And I'm saying to myself, it's got to come to a head. When I looked at the fire with the two children and the cover-up, in my opinion, during the election, not the fire folks trying to win an election, this stuff is coming out after the election. We're facing $60 million in liability. I just don't think we can afford this administration and the lies. Some of it remind me of that Santos guy out of New York. I got a degree. You ain't got a degree. degree. You're lying. It's just lie after lie and cover up.
Yes,
after cover
for those that don't know, the mayor of Flint for years said he had a college degree, did have a college degree. Yeah, here's the other thing, Eric. Last weekend, a water main broke and you had to boil water in Flint. I thought we sent like $300 million up there to replace the lines, but it becomes obvious we didn't replace the main shit, which is the water mains. What happened to all the money?
Yeah, the settlement that I believe was messed up by Mr. Neely and Gretchen Whitmer, the debacle with the criminal prosecutions from Nestle's office to Worthing to Fahad. I mean, this stuff been a mess. The fixing of the pipes never was commercial and churches. It was just a water line going to residential houses. When Neely came in the office, that was postponed for seemed like a year or two. Contractors was let go for political reasons. This administration and some of the powers that be has been a mess, and I don't bite my tongue blaming Gretchen Whitmer and Nessel and Fahad and Worthing and the whole crew. I've never seen such a mess in my life.
Do you, sir, sorry, Karen, real quick, I'll just say,
okay.
do you have power right now, Eric?
Beg your pardon?
Do you have power, electricity right now? Is your power on?
Yeah, I do here.
Oh, who do you know, Mr. Councilman? All of a sudden, you've got power. Sorry, Karen, go ahead.
No, it's okay, Councilman Mace. I just wanted to ask you, at the end of the day, what about the residents of Flint? I mean, you know, we keep, there are issues that continue to pile up on other issues unresolved. Where does this leave the residents?
Well, we had a city council election where we had mysterious literature mailed out on some folks' behalf, and I'm very concerned because 3 or 4 of those people who benefited from illegal literature are running behind the mayor in this administration. They threw the council vote off teal, and so the residents, as long as I keep speaking out, you know, the residents, I guess this TikTok thing has been like an explosion. I'm getting calls from across the country. I've been asked over the last 2-3 weeks to become the president of the Flint chapter of the National Action Network, whatever that's going to turn into. But I think if you got people like myself and others keep banging on it, keep pushing on it, platforms like yourself and others getting it out, I think we can help the people. But we've got to cut through a lot of this bureaucratic political bullshit and expose it to get there.
Yeah, that we should be pulling up his drop.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah, it is. Now,
there's a lot of bullshit going on down here.
That's it.
Amazing how it hasn't changed since he first said that.
Hey, man, I tell you, Eric, I respect the hell out of you, man. I know you got lots of stuff to do tonight. The Democrats are fucked up, but don't worry, we're fair. The Republicans are fucked up, and we're going to bring that to you. Eric, thanks a lot for, fighting a good fight, man. I know you don't get paid a lot for that job. My man, thank you.